Hey guys, how's it going? January 15th, and yeah, I'm feeding my face again. I tried to give myself plenty of time, but plenty of time ran out. And I know how some people don't like it. But, you know, I gotta eat at some point, and I know you think I'm probably still. Ski's probably thinking I'm eating all the time. Like, what the hell is he doing? I'm like, no. I just end up sitting down. I go to the kitchen, do my thing, and before I'm getting ready to go, and then I don't want to get up again. So, and eventually I'll eat supper. So, but anyways, that's later. That'll be a TV dinner or something. So, got a couple hours. I wasn't too sure what we were doing tonight. Um, Ski called me on the phone. It was kind of weird because it wasn't set up, and then just me just makes. I'm sorry, I don't mean to make you hungry. No, other people don't. Other people can't stand it because I'm chomping in the what do you call it, the microphone. There we go. I don't have to worry about it. No, I'll have supper later. I'm not ready for supper just yet. I had a late lunch, so I did have a chocolate bar while I was out just heading back to through Niagara Falls back to St. Catharines, but so yeah, we weren't sure if I have a session, and then for some reason, like my phone's in my pocket, and I'm getting the vibration. I'm like, somebody's trying to call me, and I'm out in the car, checking out for some trains. I didn't know what was going on tonight. We didn't really have much activity, and I know there's a football game on tonight, but then we started changing the schedule around, and we had some interest. I changed it the one way, and then all of a sudden I had a post from Mike and it went the other way. I'm like, wow, okay, so I think we're okay now. So 4:35 Eastern right now, in about just under 2 hours, we will be starting. And I'm short on, actually short on cola now. I just realized I got the sugary stuff, the regular Coke, and I got Coke Zero. Now I got a lot of regular Coke, so I could probably dump a bunch of calories in and do the regular Coke, but I prefer not to, but we'll see. I don't know. I could go somewhere in between, like just before dispatch session, and go run over to the store, but I don't think I'm going to bother. We'll see. That's my food dilemmas. I stopped at a corner store on the way to just grab my loaf of bread for sandwiches next week, and so let's see, Barstow. I'm trying to remember where the hell we were. I know we're running 6 hours tonight, which puts us at 11 o'clock. It doesn't put anything in danger. There's only two trains. We got three open tracks right now. There's only two trains, so we're not really in a huge dilemma, but I'd rather get through this and then try to at least start it. And if somebody takes it tonight, or somebody wants to take it tonight, or whatever, or even if it doesn't, the good thing about the pause clock is if nobody's running it, then you just go in and assume that it was running during the session if you run it, say, Monday. And I think our next session's Tuesday. You can even do it Tuesday afternoon or something like that. So let me see if we're at here. So I did assign this stuff. I'm curious what our outbound schedules are tonight. So 5 a.m. to 11 a.m. Oh yeah. That's interesting. Ooh, 11:61 to 10:30. Dang it. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. I don't have to. Do I have to run it today? I run a Friday though. Oh, I see. The clock's back, but this automated. That thing where it cycles over, that's not back in it, is it? I take it isn't, which is fine. I mean, I can follow it that way. I'm just looking at it. You know where it cycles back up to the top? It's not a big deal. I'm just trying to read it. Cal 11 future build not counting Friday 0600 release. Say what? That should be 0611. I think 0611 is released. I don't know what I did there, or did I change something? Yeah, I must have screwed something up, or either that, or I meant to assign. No, I meant to assign 06. What do you call it? I know what I did there. I meant to assign boron to that. Okay, I can find that. LCal 1161 on form responses. So we'll do that. Hopefully that doesn't screw it up. I'm just trying to think. 0611. I don't think that'll change the next. That part's right. I still want to screw up the departure. So that part's right, but I see what I mean. Okay, now I gotta. So that's a Friday. This frequency is going to get interesting for some of these trains. There's going to be a whole crap load for them. Okay, so that takes off 1161. Now I gotta re-put in the 0611 for. Yeah, I do wanna change that. So that is the future build, even though that's gonna really build up over the weekend. But anyways. Where is it at? R5. I'm gonna put another entry in just to get it to that point. It's just the order because there's one over the other. So LCal 0611 R5 released. I'm just re-entering it. Yeah, I like these now. We're down on the statuses. That's nice. Makes it a lot easier. R5. Oops. Did I do the right thing? Yep. Okay. So because it wasn't the last entry, now that should do it the way I want it. Keep both of them in there, I think. It'll do it for this, I know that. So there's the... Yeah, see, that updates it within a matter of seconds, so that's... For me personally, I think it's fine. I don't know, I know there's a few other things. There's this... I'm not too worried about this so much. I like it when it filters up, but it's not the end of the world. And of course, knowing when the clock is, you know, as long as I know when the clock is, I suppose that's not a big deal. But I did like it when it was filtering up. That was kind of neat. I don't know if that can be still done or not. But it doesn't matter. I mean, I can look at this. As long as I have the data, it's not a big deal. Like I said, Friday I was happy with the one comment, and then all of a sudden I thought, oh no. But people don't actually know what the heck happened there, so I'll just keep that between me and the admins. Let's just say I lost my marbles. But that's been happening a lot lately for some reason. And I'm having a lot of fun with it too, so it's not a question of that. There's little struggles now and then. I think we're all trying to achieve the same goal. So that's released, and I'm pretty much in a good mood on a Sunday. That's a good thing. Why Friday I was concerned? I don't know. Friday I should have been fine. I was ready to see my kid. Not too sure. I was probably because I knew I wasn't going to have access to anything that was going on the server, and then all of a sudden I thought everything was going out of control. I just thought, oh no. Okay, so bar back. Let me go back to focus on what I'm doing here. So 0501, we are planning to run a 6-hour session tonight. It takes it to 0501 to 1101 on a Friday. I think it was a Friday. Yep. Depending upon what happens here, what I'll do is, for the time being, I'm going to do my own little thing, and it can always, it's just a little bit of a, oh okay, yeah, that's all right. 5 minutes, yeah, that's okay. I'm just gonna put my own little thing there. And that's just to get my attention. Wait a minute. Hang on a second here. Fridays. I don't have to worry about that. Or that. Not like we have anything at the moment anyways. I don't know what... Are we actually running unit trains anymore? I haven't seen anything come my way for grain, and I don't know, it's been a while. Daily, Friday, okay, so that's all we have. So I got 4 trains that are going to be departing this session, or at least planned. Now the key here is I got a little bit of time to try to make up, or at least get it up to, we got Bell, Stockton, and Tulsa. Stockton doesn't even have anything. Okay, so let's get to work here. Let's see where we are at. Okay, so the yard is still currently on local. Um, Let me follow the last instructions that we had just to see where we're at. So I did get to the more assignments. Top priority right now is to build the boron local in the available receive. Okay, so let me go in and start messing around here. Oh, okay, good. That's where I want to do it. Okay, so clearing the bold back out, so we're back into bridge traffic. Bell, Stockton, and Tulsa and Pass will be the priorities of the morning in that order. As for local clearing, what doesn't make it into Barback will head over to local yard for now. More instructions as listed below. Alright, so that's good. We got a train limit exceeded message coming up on that one. Future build not counting Friday 0600. Everything else is open, so I don't need to change the statuses for anything else. I'm going to be bringing stuff back. So clearing the bowl, and then we're going to go back into bridge traffic. We're really just a couple other things that I want to see here. Yeah, Cadiz doesn't run today, so this is where really all we're doing is we want to clear the bowl up so that we can get to the bridge traffic, and then see what we can build in, and if we can't, then we'll see what happens. I may even be able to continue to run a few things in and around Barstow during the session tonight. I'm not sure yet, but we'll see. I'm probably going to have supper around 6 p.m. If I can possibly get to a hump, that'd be great, but it's looking a little unlikely at this point. I'm going to close that for now. Alright, so let's go ahead and do that. We have at least one assignment. Where's the other set? Oh, that's the Bakersfield one, huh? I don't want to get to the build yet. I want to deal with the yard. I know that's getting pretty tight as far as I think it's a train length exceeded. I will see. I want to see where if we have the other. Oh, didn't we lose a trim engines or something like that? I think we did, which really sucks. But I don't think any were found again. And I know we have a few hanging around somewhere, but 1161, that's staying right where it's at. I could technically use 1161 if necessary, but let me Let me go ahead and grab that. Oh, wait a minute. He's down here. Okay. All right. Well, he's closer, so I'm gonna deal with him first. Oh, forgot to set up Barstow the way I want it, which is I can't use that. Dang it! I'm gonna go back over here first. By the time I get everything set up, it's going to be ready to go on to the session. So there's a crossover here. Whenever you see an error, or the E, what's happening is the crossover is not in its state, like a continual state, I guess you call it. See that brings it back. Now it's flashing. So that's what that's all about. The yard entry is currently occupied. So we currently have 2 trains inbound. We have 3 tracks available, but we also have some outbound trains. It's not the end of the world if they don't get out in time. If they're a little late. Basically, if they're short of crews, they're short of crews. That includes a yard crew that assigns it, or whatever the case may be. If they're short something, they're short. So right now I'm not even using external dispatcher, which I don't need to. In this situation, at least not right at this moment. This works just as fine. I think we got them all. Looks like it. Okay. So now that we got that underway, so we'll be running the dawn till morning today. Get us up to 11 a.m. Oops, I'm going the wrong way. I'll get there. I'm already assigned to the engine, I just haven't moved back in. Ooh, I gotta make sure I'm out of the way, because there's somebody down here. Yeah, I don't know if he just got respawned or what happened, but anyways, I'll get back into at least getting up to this point. Side doesn't matter. So it's a south departure, so we shouldn't ever have anything coming up that way. I know that's crossing over. drive myself over into the old yard. That was probably going to line me up, but that's okay. I'll start with moving the Cadiz stuff over. And then I'll bring the other guys back. If I have time, I'll build. We'll see. We're about 1.5 hours away from starting tonight's session, so it's not looking like Barstow's probably going to have a lot of work Monday by the looks of it. And again, it's not a big deal. I mean, you have your schedule or whatever it is. I look at it as a guideline, it's a call sheet. It's not a technical schedule. Oops. They got themselves crossing over this side. I was going to say, I usually almost never use this crossover. Only because the only thing you can use it for is power. I think it's okay, actually. It's just the switch. I tend to use the other one. But if that's the case, I've only got got some more for Bakersfield. Again, it's plenty early for it, so I mean, honestly, if we don't have enough room to send anything to Bakersfield, then I'm not worried about it. It's in build status. It doesn't have to go right away. It's not scheduled to go till later, so we might be able to get away with it. But at the same time, we're going to need a second train to Bakersfield. I mentioned, I was talking to Mike, or I was emailing Mike. We've been in discussion before. Barstow can handle pretty much anything that's thrown at us. But from what I understand, if I'm seeing the way things are going right now, they're about 50% of the cars that are on your typical manifest local train. Half of them go to Bakersfield. So you count that, and then you count the stuff that's already in West Colton. You're actually probably I don't know what the exact count's going to be, but then you have Mojave. Barstow shouldn't be getting more than 50% of the loads. Period. They shouldn't even. If I was to guess, I would say it's probably going to be around 40%. Be a more typical number. Even if it's not, it doesn't have to be exactly perfect. Last I checked, it was a 20 to 80 ratio, 20% to 80%. We were getting 80%. West Colton was getting 20. Now West Colton on the same side got hammered. They got hammered with all kinds of trains where all of a sudden, and I'm not sure exactly why, and I'm not too sure if there's also issues. I thought I heard something about issues today. Down the something about down the issue where certain trains aren't spotting or something like that. I don't know what exactly it is. could be Run8 issues. I'm not sure. But I figure whatever it is, once that's corrected, then we're not going to have as many barbacks, because a lot of the cars are going to be going to West Colton anyways, and then they deal with that. Just like we don't receive that many West Colton bar trains. I bet you we haven't received one every 24 hours. I'm not saying it's absolutely certain, but I don't know. I don't know what because you're not using a schedule, I have no idea. I mean, I guess whenever they have a full train, they send it, or whatever the case may be. I don't know. It's not my yard. I don't care. And I'm not too worried about what other people do with their yards or whatever. I'm just making my suggestions. That's all. Not a big deal. There's stuff to switch and all that other stuff. I don't care about the rest. Really? Okay. Well, that sucks. There was at least one operator. Well, at least Mike's going to be on, or the two Mikes. We'll have one operator. We knew Jordan wasn't going to be on until 7:30. He did mention about de-essing East End, but as this post up here said, Ski and I were going to dispatch, as we talked about on the phone, we relayed here. We posted the announcement. I was in the middle of Welland. I didn't have a chance to have internet access, so I said, yeah, I want to be dispatching East End tonight. I hadn't done it in about a week, so okay. Just read the post. Missed your last message. I don't know what the reason is behind it. I guess something came up. Either that, or because I'm dispatching, or hopefully that's not the reason. Operator, unfortunately. Well, we'll see how it goes, I guess. I mean, it is a little short notice. There's some people. The reason why we went a little bit later was because John was talking about West Colton and being a little bit busy. Mike is also available as of 6:30 Eastern for war till 8 Eastern. I mean, at least we know we got that much covered. I know Dave. Want to bail and do something else? There's only one person, but still. I'm not sure what I want to do. I'm here on a live stream. I'm like, well, let me just keep going for now. At least I'll pull this track. Try to what the hell is this stuff anyways. There hasn't been much else interest, and we just lost at least one person that was interested in operating. I think I'm gonna have to have a talk with some people about a few things. And I think Ski can hear me. He can read that one. Yeah. Yeah, that happens at times. Where's my 1161s? Oh god, Yermo, West Colton, San Bernardino, blah. Oh, here's my 1161s. Okay. Oh, there's more. I forgot this yard's all screwed up because of that last change. So let me get the 1161s and bring them down. There's not much, so that's good. I'm looking to have some fun, or maybe experiment tonight. If there's not gonna be a big crowd. I mean, I know Mike's interested in running, at least for an hour and a half. I mean, it's an hour and a half. Oh. How about we just run for now and wait and see. then I'll throw some comments. I'll throw some creative commentary. I'll try to be creative. One thing that, and I was actually going to talk to Ski about this one. We talked about a lot today, and various things I won't get into, but nothing bad. I just stuff. But it was cool. And one thing that we really need to do, and I know these people just come on and just pop on whenever the hell they want. It's so difficult to try to manage and plan something when that happens. And there was nothing until this afternoon. I was like myself, I was like, okay, well, I knew Ski was out of town. Sounds good, and perhaps I'll make a post of that. Or you can. Yeah, we got an hour and a half. I've got at least an hour and a half until we start. Another hour and a half, so I'm here for 3 hours. One way or another, I'm here for 3 hours. I don't know. Considering it's admins, I may cut the live stream short at some point. Only because it's an opportunity for us to talk. And I don't mean that in a bad way. We can send emails till we're blue in the face, and sometimes when we send emails, guys like me take things the wrong way or whatever. A lot of times we just need to hash things out and know where everybody's at. I'm fortunate enough that Mike and I are Ski Mike. we are I was definitely friends. We've got to know each other. I was kind of talking today, like, because I was out towards Welland. I was not heading to Fort Erie, but I was actually heading out to a location just west of Welland, where CN and CP branch back off to their respective lines. And I passed through CP Welland Yard actually on the way up that way, and saw an auto train, and I didn't expect much. There's nothing in Niagara anyways. He's got all the anybody's got the traffic, he's got the traffic. I just have to bring my passport with me on these weekends. But yeah, I don't know what my train of thought was, because all of a sudden I was talking about trades. So yeah, we were able to talk a lot on the phone. We talked about a few other things. There was a little bit of a miscommunication on my part back on Friday. Not Ski, but Mike, I think, wasn't too thrilled about it, to be honest. He didn't seem too thrilled about it. And he's going to enjoy the football game come 8 p.m. Eastern tonight. So his team's playing in the playoffs or whatever. And I took a break, actually. What was it, Wednesday? A day I would normally be on the server at least and doing something. I just stayed away from Run8. I actually, it was the first time where I just needed a break. I didn't need a break, but I could use one, and I decided, things are going pretty good. Because sometimes you get burned out with this stuff. You have fun after a while, and then sometimes certain things not necessarily get to you, but then it gets old and plain. I don't know what the right word is. Okay, so I got that. I got to get myself out of the bowl first. Which I'm already headed that way because I let go of everything. That's good. Alright. Oh, I got lights on in here. All kinds of crap going on. There we go. Turn those on. So yeah, I mean, fortunately we're close enough that we can get on the phone, and if we can't talk on the phone, we can meet in person, which is even better sometimes than the phone, but which we've already done quite a bit, so that's worked out good. We've hashed out a lot of ideas, a lot of direction, stuff like that. Of course, Mike with the server, on the other hand, he's nowhere near where we live, Ski and I, so we can't meet up so much. We can go on TeamSpeak. I imagine we could talk by phone. I don't see it being an issue. I don't know what my call plan was. I usually get Ski to call me. I think I have a North American plan, but I'm trying to save some money too, so I don't know. Well, I'll have to think about a few things. Oh great, the doggies are wrestling. What else is new? Had my son here, and there was like my son and I, we're just playing around, and there's this one guy up here. He's not the guy who the primary liver. He's just, I don't know if he's a friend or what the heck he is, or a relative. And he's just dropping f bombs like crazy. And oh man, he's upset. And oh, I'm like, I go to Emmett. I say to him, I said, "Are you okay?" I says, "Oh yeah, that doesn't bother me." I says, "Okay." He's 8 years old. He knows the language. He understands it's not nice and all that. And he knows I would never, go in a rampage like what we were hearing. It was like a vicious, and the one guy was trying to get him to get the hell out of the apartment, basically. So it was a pretty good argument. And anyways, I just say it's just like it's crazy sometimes. But other than that, I get along great with them. They're pretty quiet at night. I get sick of. I'm talking here, not paying attention. No, of course not. That'll teach me. But yeah, I don't know why I started mentioning that. I hear the dogs barking. It's nice to be able to have a friend who is into the same things that you are. I mean, I had a friend out of Welland who used to rail fan, but because it's so dead, he's never been into the simulator side of things. Speaking of other things, the Model Railroad Club that I belong to accepted my resignation over the weekend. They had their first session of the year. Basically, I was paying $17.50 a month, and they were having a session every 2 months. So, and I'd have to drive 1.5 hours out to get it. So I just basically said, I think that's enough. Okay, I think I'm clear now. Yeah. Or am I? Yeah, close enough. Find a way to do that. But yeah, I gave up the Model Railroad Club. My son loved it, so it wasn't an easy decision, but I gave up the Model Railroad Club. I have too much fun with this, and even if I never had this server, honestly, if the California server wasn't available, I would find ways. This is the way the single player is, or whatever. There is so much available. There's times, and I've told this to people. I said, there's a lot of people who are worried about getting into multiplayer because of personality issues or conflicts and all that other stuff. They don't want to get involved in that. And I've always replied. I've replied these on Train Sim. I've said, all you have to do is find a few people that are interested in the same things that you are, and agree to meet a certain time, find a reasonable time in a week, just like a Model Railroad Club. The thing is, it doesn't have to be as huge as a Model Railroad Club membership, and then suddenly you can basically schedule sessions and you can run prototypically anything. And there's a lot of times I think about that. I think about not so much being public, but actually getting to the point where, well, maybe I just want to have it so that it's just a few of us, and then we can do our own thing and not worry about anything else. You know what I mean? But that's just me. I'm not saying that's the way that things are going to be heading, because I would rather be available to as many people as we can. But for me, the days of being able to run on a 24/7 server and run whenever you want, what you want, where you want, it's over. And I know that ticks a lot of people off, but that's just the way it is. Those days are done. I mean, They're done. They're not coming back. And I'm not terribly worried about them being gone either. And I know that ticks off a lot of people. I get that because I know from some of the. I mean, I had a lot of people who all they wanted to do was just come on and run a train. And that's just something that I've never been interested in doing, just running a train for the sake of running a train. I wanted to run a train for a purpose, but at the heart of the matter, what really drives it is doing something like this where there's a purpose. But when you have AI, yeah, I love running trains on a dispatch session. I call it my guilty pleasure. I did that. I've done that the last. But wow, there's not much. There's not much left in there. Okay, so he's going. He's going to do his thing. But see, this is like the kind of thing that you can do in a yard like this. I mean, I'm 1 hour away from a session. You know, everything's okay. And then you got other routes, like Selkirk has potential. It's a little smaller. It has a hump. It's got potential. It just don't work right now, and they're aware of it. I'm hearing some I'm hearing things. Let's just I don't know how to say it. They're aware of it. Let's just say that. How about that? So I won't harp too much on it. I know I have, but like I have always said too, I know that they're gonna get to the bottom of those things. Okay, Bakersfield's an interesting one. We got a Bakersfield train that is due out, but we have these Bakersfield. These should all be Bakersfield. Yep. Yeah. What the heck? Oh, is that West Colton stuff? Oh, there's San Bernardino and. Ew. Hold on a second. I gotta do something about that. And Kaiser. We get these. This is another thing. What's happening is you have unit trains, and then all of a sudden you get a bunch of cars that wind up becoming part of the manifest. I know the Florida server. I don't even think they run the manifests. And there's some definite potential with that. I can see that happening. But there's so many trains that we run here, and so far I'm not abandoning the random idea of running trains. I don't know either. Well, they're just a PITA. All right. What else is in here? It's just Vulcan, Kaiser. San Bernardino's not too bad. Yeah, I know. That's what I was thinking. I mean, we can send them. They end up going down West Colton anyways. Wow, I got like, what a mess. By the time I get over to bridge traffic, I could probably shove them all down to 115 and then sort out the crap later, because I don't know why that's happening. I'm getting WCS, YGT, Cargill is another one. Oh, Yermo Grain, yeah, I'll deal with that. I can probably safely put the bridge traffic into 115 and it'll work just fine. San Bernardino, on the other hand, I should have actually, I should have brought, I should have sent that down with the other one. Shoot. That's okay. I'll move him over here. So I might be able to actually, yeah, I might be able to hump one train. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. We'll see about that. I don't know about that. But let's get at her. I'm going to. So what I'll do is I'll send this guy down. You see, he's just basically doing his thing, and then he can sort the old yard stuff while he's down there. So AI is a huge tool even within a yard, like especially a big yard like this. I imagine Florida would be the same thing for Jacksonville to some extent. Okay. So what I'm doing. Oops. All right. So basically, I'll read off my thoughts while I'm doing this. If you're on live stream, that's great. If you're not, well, it doesn't matter anyways, or you see this later, whatever. A lot of the people that are seeing these live streams are actually casual viewers, I'm finding, other than myself, Ski, and others who might just be tuning in. So what we had here is we had somebody who was interested, and things come up. Just all of a sudden, I won't be on tonight. Okay. If he was East Dispatch, that would have caused a real issue, potentially. Well, not necessarily. But like I said, things come up. I don't know the reason. It just he's not going to be on. So we'll leave it at that. But at least he's saying something. What we're having is we have these casual people, and I mean the notice that was given here. There was a post. Actually, Jordan was the one that originally posted this, if I recall. So Jordan posted if there was going to be a session tonight. And I'm not. I don't want to. I don't want to get on Jordan's case here. But I'm going to say this. Jordan was the one that posted if there was going to be a session tonight. I was out in my car figuring there wasn't. Nobody had posted anything. And I'm not going to just be on Jordan. I'm going to be on other people. Because nothing... This was posted at 2 hours ago. Let me get out of here for a second. I'll show you what I mean. So potential staging. Look, I'm gonna get out of that message. I don't care. And this is the issue that we're getting at, and this is why I may go off live stream pretty soon, especially if I have the admins. Ski and I are on here. We can talk on the phone right now, or we can text without interrupting live stream. But I'd rather not do that. So here's a post. Is it still here, or has it been deleted? So yeah, here's the post. Now that was 6 hours ago. That's interesting. So six hours ago would make it about noon. I was still with my son. As you know, I am basically limited, if any, availability until about 1 p.m. Eastern Sunday. There was no announcement or no nothing that I could relate or get into as of Friday. So I had no way of really saying that I was available or anything like that. Now I could have posted a message to say I was available, or in advance of. There's already announcements for Tuesdays and Thursdays, which I've replied to. Um, there was an email that was sent by Mike recommending that one of them post if they wanted to coordinate the session. At that point, this was still back on Friday, and I think I saw the email because there was a bunch of emails going on with the amends. Probably a lot of it was my issue. But anyways, so I saw that, but I haven't seen any interest at this point. I did offer to be available to start and stop the clock, which Mike did. So that was 5 hours ago. Nothing had been posted. So Ski, I didn't post anything. I wasn't sure what time I would be home tonight. Now I knew that. I knew he was in Syracuse because I was trying to figure out if he was available, because at this point I see nobody's interest, or nobody's showing any interest. That part I knew. And I was like, well, I'm not going to announce anything, or I'm not going to plan anything, because I knew Mike was gone. Both Mikes were probably not going to be available. Nobody else had posted any availability. The fact that it was a football game meant that not only Mike, but probably Dave would be out. I'm not saying that Dave's watching the football game too, but chances are they are. And it's a playoff game. So, why not? Have fun. And I don't know if that's the case or not. Whatever. That's not my issue. I got no issue with that. Everybody needs time off and vacations. I'm taking a 16-day vacation come July. So there's more to life than Run8. So he's going to he made 3 hours. It finally got to Ski because he was in Syracuse. I had already dropped my son off at 1 o'clock. I hadn't looked again. I did look first thing this morning. There was nothing. No post, no nothing. I thought, okay, nobody's posting an availability. Nobody's posting nothing. Nobody's posting interest. There's no announcement. And then I replied to this to follow up 2 hours ago. Yeah, we're good to go tonight because we had at least one person for sure, other than myself and Ski, that were able to run. Jordan posted this. Now I don't want to put it all on Jordan, and I know he might get this message, and I don't want to offend him. But at least he's posting something. And I know plans change, and I know people don't want to post something because they're afraid to put something in, and then they're afraid to take it away, and all that other stuff. And I know I may sound like a hothead, courtesy of some of my emails earlier. But anyways, those who know me as a hothead, well, then they know me. So there was nothing in availability. There's nothing going on. There's just conversations and what's going on in West Colton. 24 hours ago, John had posted about what was happening in West Colton. He may be available late. He says he's available for later tonight. We posted, Ski and I were talking, well, maybe we'll run an earlier session that's more convenient to the guys on the East Coast, and then see how it goes. And then, see how it goes and see what happens, and that's fine. Here's my thing. You got these. Everybody else could be posting availability to let us know, and I know this is getting shorter notice now. The thing is, had we known if people are interested to actually show up? And we see people all the time pop on the server, so it's not so much on Jordan, but we see people all the time that pop up on the servers, never post availability, and they're just here, or they're not here, or I see people pop up when there's not even a server running. I'll see people pop up and then they come on for a few minutes, no session, no nothing. They come on for a few minutes and they drop off, and then you don't see them again. Whatever it is they're looking for, they're not communicating it. And this is my frustration with public servers, that it's really starting to boil over with me. And I said this before. And this isn't against Mike. Mike's doing an awesome job as hosting the server. And this doesn't. I don't want to sound this like to be counter California or anything like this. I love running in California, and California is the only one that works right for me. And there is Florida. There's potential there. But we have a Florida server, and I don't want to. I don't want to be competitive towards Florida. But I do want to supply something to somebody potentially. So I don't know how to address this other than saying right here, like I was going to go into. So let me see if I get this right. No, I don't even know if it's 10 p.m. I think it's 11 p.m. Eastern. If I get my time zones, yep. Okay. So I've posted. It's 5:43 p.m. Eastern right now, but yeah, I don't mind dispatching like one person or two. I think we had like two possibly, and then that was it. Oh yeah, so I gotta get this guy moving here. Oops, I gotta grab this engine here. Yeah, but this that's pretty much my frustration. And I was like I said, I was gonna talk to Ski about that today, but what the hell? Since when? Am I looking at this right? Panel lights, gauge lights. Oh, that's why. Oh, is this one of these other stupid engines? What am I looking at here? Oh yeah, that's one of the other stupid engines. Yeah. So, yeah, and that's just it, you know. I gotta get these 45s out of here. I'll tune in. I thought you're already in. But I'll tune in. I thought he was already listening to me. But yeah, I posted. Like I said, I don't wanna turn this all on to Jordan. At least he posted, and the fact that he posted to me, and I know I just said this probably a few minutes ago. The fact that Jordan posted actually is better than people not posting at all. The only thing was, he was asking, is there a session? Ah, I see. Okay. I forgot about that. So, he was the one, like I said, I was in the middle of... I had no idea what the hell I was doing. I knew... I texted Mike around... sometime late this morning. I texted Mike. Maybe it was early this morning. And I texted him. I first of all, I checked. This is what I normally do. I wake up just before my son. Okay. And even though I'm with my son on the weekend and everything else, I go in and I check out what's happening. Just to, just to see. I know I'm flying around, but I'm yapping too much, and I don't know what else I gotta do here. I got EOT on the other end. So yeah, I check out everything. And that's basically all I do on a weekend, give or take. Because it's our time. I'm not going to be bothering with texting. I'm not going to be bothering with too much else. And in fact, I was playing Railroad Tycoon 2. Heck, my son and I, you talk about server and client stuff. And this is another thing. The old server, the old California server, is my son's computer. And he's getting a lot of use out of it lately because him and I are running sessions now on Railroad Tycoon 2. Now, mind you, he's still got a lot to learn because he goes bankrupt pretty easily. But we're still doing it, and we did it a couple times this weekend, and he went bankrupt, or you get liquidated because he basically spent too much money, or his lines weren't that efficient, or whatever. It's economics. It's a lot to learn. He's 8 years old. So, but anyways, we were if we weren't doing that, then he would watch me and learn. I would teach him. I went in and we did some complex. I was running Railroad Tycoon, for crying out loud. I think we were running that for 12 hours this weekend. And I mean, you know, you look at it, as far as a simulation goes, it's nothing like real world or, you know, one-to-one scale or anything like that. But it's got a lot to go on. So, I mean, I'm just spending time with my son. I'm not worried about anything else. I check the email, like I said, in the morning. What the heck's... Oh, okay. I check the email in the morning. That's it. Once that takes place... Oh, good. I got that one. Once I do that, then it's just a matter of me going through... Oh, I'm going to have to pull this down to local yard at least. If I haven't done so already. So, yeah. So I go through my stuff, check the emails, maybe check the forum. Once he wakes up, forget it. That's all I do. And I usually, by that point, I mean, he's usually up about an hour, no more than an hour. And I had 9 hours. I had close to 9 hours sleep today. So I get my sleep on the weekends. I sleep pretty good on the weekends. And we stay up somewhat late on the weekends. Although last night we watch TV too. We watch wrestling. Wrestling's our thing to watch. I don't watch much else, to be quite honest with him. And so yeah, we were doing our thing, and that's what I do. So I don't have time to go into the forums and post availability or anything like that. But usually during the week, I know. So on a Friday night, there was no announcement. I didn't post interest. I didn't post availability. I didn't know what I was doing on a Sunday. And at that point, this morning, I checked, and there was still no interest. Nobody was posting availability. Nobody was doing anything. It was, once again, you know, people show up. If somebody posts something, then they either just show up if they know a session's going or whatever. There's a lot of emphasis on Mike to post a message to say, hey, is anybody interested in running? And it shouldn't be up to Mike to do that. Mike's running the server. He's got enough to do. You know, and if he wants to watch football or anything he wants to do, like he has various activities during the week. He doesn't run every night, which would be overkill anyways. He does his thing. Uh-oh. Let me check my email. Now what did I do? Aw, man, am I in trouble? Yeah, in a few minutes. I'm gonna end this at 6 o'clock. Okay? Then I'll finish my rant while I'm doing this. Because that's the problem too. There's times where I'm beginning to wonder why the hell I'm doing these live streams. I get a lot of questions. You know, people will ask me questions. Usually they don't ask me questions about the server or anything like that. They ask me questions about how to run the simulator. I'm like, yeah, okay, but that's nice. And I get a lot of casual viewers, and that's great. And I know we've got some people, but anyways, I'm going on about different things. Nope, no trouble. Okay, that's good. Emails. Wow. This might get good. Ended at 6. Totally unrelated to anything we were talking about? Really? Oh. But related to it. Can you give me a hint? I'm, I'm curious why I'm right. I gotta run. I gotta pause this live stream. Was it something good? Even a text. I'm sure. I'm sure I'm going to. Anyways, I trust him. If it's got to be that good, then it's got to be that good. But we'll see. Um, but yeah, where's my damn phone? Oh, it's charging. Dang it. That's okay. I'll take the hint over the text. Oh, really? Okay. Okay. I'll do that. So that's what's happening. This is going in two parts, guys. I got a comment? Oh. Alright. Okay. Alright. So that's what I'm gonna do, is I'm gonna drop the live stream for a few minutes and I'm gonna read my emails. So maybe I'll get off, maybe something else is gonna get my interest. So yeah, that's what I'll do. So I'm going to stay on the server, but I'm going to pause the live stream. Where the hell is it? Okay, there it is. I'm going to pause the live stream for a few minutes. I may be back. Maybe I won't be. No, I probably will be. He says I'm going to be, so okay. Enya's on. Okay. All right. I'll be back in a few minutes.